Even if you hit the gym 3 times a week or eat steak every night and drink protein shakes every morning, if you're not eating the right collagen-rich foods, your muscles will still shrink as you age. Health experts love to say protein and exercise are all you need to fight muscle loss. That's partly true, but it leaves out the most important factor, collagen. Without it, your body can't rebuild the scaffolding around your muscles. And that's why so many seniors lose strength even while eating high protein. If you're interested in this topic, hit like, subscribe, and type interested in the comments, and I'll give you a heart. Here's what most American seniors don't realize. Collagen isn't just for your skin. It's the hidden foundation that keeps muscles attached, strong, and resistant to injury. And most collagen powders or broth seniors buy barely deliver a fraction of what you actually need. That's why in this video, I'll share the top 5 collagen-rich foods that don't just feed your muscles, but also switch on the growth signals seniors desperately need. I'll start with the easiest one you can add to your breakfast tomorrow, and then reveal the one almost no one in America talks about, even though it's the most powerful weapon against sarcopenia. I'll also warn you about 2 healthy foods that silently block collagen absorption and can undo all your effort. The last one is a breakfast staple that nearly every senior eats at least once a week, yet it works against muscle growth. Here's a sobering fact. Nearly 45% of American adults over 60 are already living with sarcopenia, the age loss of muscle. It's one of the top reasons seniors lose independence, suffer hip fractures, and end up in nursing homes long before their time. 5. Whole egg, not egg white. You've probably heard this one before. Throw out the yolk, just eat the whites. The yolk will clog your arteries. That advice has been around for decades. And you know what? It's the exact opposite of what older adults actually need if they want to build muscle after 60. See, egg whites are basically pure protein. They've got some of the collagen-friendly amino acids like glycine and proline. Good stuff. But here's the problem. Protein alone doesn't flip on the muscle-building switch in seniors. That switch is called leucine, and it's hiding right there in the yolk. Here's where it gets serious. After 60, your muscles don't respond the way they used to. It's called anabolic resistance. Back when you were 30, 20 grams of protein could trigger growth. At 70, you need way more, and the right amino acids, to get the same effect. Now let's put some numbers on it. Seniors need about 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal just to wake up the muscle-building machinery. One whole egg has about half a gram of leucine. That means if you sit down to 3 or 4 whole eggs at breakfast, you've hit the sweet spot. You're actually telling your muscles, wake up, grow, repair. Oatmeal can't do that. And this is where the yolk really shines. It's not just leucine. The yolk gives you vitamin D for strong bones and muscle contraction, choline to keep your brain sharp, and healthy fats that help your body absorb protein. It's like the yolk is the foreman on a job site, telling all the bricks from the egg whites where to go. Without it, nothing gets built. Here's a fun fact. Researchers actually tested this. They gave one group of people egg whites after exercise and another group whole eggs. Same amount of protein. The whole egg group built more muscle. Why? Because the nutrients in the yolk acted like a booster. They amplified the signal. So let's cut through the confusion. Egg whites? They're just protein filler. Whole eggs? They're the real muscle builder. If you've been tossing out yolks all these years, you've been tossing out the part that actually fights sarcopenia. Here's the bottom line. One whole egg only has about 6 grams of protein. On paper, that doesn't sound like much, right? But when you eat 3 or 4 of them, the leucine in those yolks flips the muscle building switch and tells your body to grow, even after 60. That's why whole eggs are doing wonders for seniors battling sarcopenia. But here's the part that will surprise you even more. If eggs can have that much impact with just 6 grams of protein each, what happens when you eat a food that gives you nearly 20 grams of protein in the same serving, plus collagen and omega-3 fats on top of it? That's the next food on our list, and it's one most people are already eating, but they're throwing away the most valuable part. 4. Salmon with skin. Here's a habit I see all the time. People eat salmon, but they peel the skin right off and leave it on the plate. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. That's the part that carries most of the collagen. And after 60, that's the part you can't afford to lose. Most folks think salmon is just about protein. And yes, 100 grams of salmon gives you about 20 grams of high-quality protein, plus leucine to flip the muscle-building switch. But here's the hidden truth. The skin is where the collagen sits, and collagen is what keeps the muscle frame strong. Without it, you're building muscles on a shaky foundation. This matters even more for seniors because collagen declines with age. By the time you hit 60, your body is producing far less of it. That's why tendons feel stiff, joints ache, and injuries take longer to heal. Eating salmon with the skin doesn't just build muscle, it repairs the connective tissue around it so that strength actually lasts. Now, what makes salmon different from chicken or beef? Omega-3 fatty acids. These aren't just heart-healthy fats, they're muscle-protective fats. Omega-3s reduce inflammation, which slows muscle breakdown, and they actually improve how your muscles respond to protein. Think of them like oil for an old engine. They help everything run smoother and prevent wear and tear. And here's the evidence. Studies on older adults show that adding omega-3s to the diet makes resistance training more effective. People literally built more muscle just by combining omega-3s with protein. Salmon gives you both in one package, protein plus omega-3s, plus the collagen-rich skin. That's a triple hit against sarcopenia. So here's the bottom line. Salmon without skin is good, but salmon with skin is a muscle-building powerhouse. Skip the skin, and you're throwing away the anti-sarcopenia secret. Quick question for you. Do you usually eat salmon skin, or do you peel it off? Type skin on if you eat it, or skin off if you don't. Let's see where everyone stands. 3. Beef, brisket, shank, or tendon cuts. When most people think about beef, they go straight for the lean, tender cuts. Sirloin, filet mignon, rib eye. They taste great, but if you're over 60 and fighting muscle loss, those aren't the cuts that will save you. The real secret is in the tough cuts most people avoid. Brisket, shank, and especially tender heavy cuts. Here's why. Those tougher cuts are loaded with connective tissue. When you slow cook them, that tissue breaks down into gelatin, giving you massive amounts of glycine and proline, the 2 amino acids your body uses to rebuild collagen. That's something lean cuts simply can't match. Now let's clear up a common belief. Most seniors think more protein means more muscle. But here's the hidden truth. It's not just about muscle fibers. It's about the scaffolding, the tendons, ligaments, and joint tissue that hold those muscles in place. Without strong scaffolding, you can build all the muscle you want, but it won't hold up. That's why so many older adults tear tendons, suffer joint pain, and end up fragile. And here's the real kicker. Tendon-rich beef can have glycine and proline, making up over 30% of its protein content. Compare that to a lean steak, where collagen amino acids barely register. For seniors, that's not just a difference. It's the dividing line between muscles that last and muscles that fail. Let me give you an image. Eating only lean beef is like buying bricks with no mortar. You can stack them up, but they'll fall apart under stress. Eating tendon-rich beef gives you both the bricks and the mortar. That's what keeps your structure solid. The science backs this up too. Studies on collagen supplementation show that glycine and proline don't just support skin, they improve tendon strength, reduce joint pain, and even lower injury risk in older adults. Imagine getting all that just from a slow-cooked pot of beef stew. So here's the bottom line. If you're over 60 and you want real strength, don't just buy lean steaks. Go for the brisket, the shank, or the tendon cuts. Cook them low and slow. They're softer to chew, easier to digest, and they give your body exactly what it needs to fight sarcopenia at its roots. Now I've got to ask, when you buy beef, do you usually go for the lean cuts, or do you ever cook with tendon or brisket? Drop your answer below and type tendon beef if you're ready to try the real muscle-building cuts. 2. Sardines with bones and skin. And now let's get to a food almost nobody talks about, even though it's one of the cheapest, most powerful muscle-protecting foods on the planet: sardines. Most people turn their nose up at sardines. They think of the smell, or they see them as poor man's food. But here's the truth. Sardines are like a complete muscle-building supplement that comes in a tiny can. Here's what you're really getting. In just 100 grams of sardines, you've got around 25 grams of protein, plus plenty of leucine to flip the muscle-building switch. You also get collagen from the skin and bones. And here's the part people forget. The bones are edible. That means you're eating natural calcium with your protein, which is huge for seniors worried about fractures. And on top of that, you're getting omega-3 fats, the same inflammation-fighting power we talked about with salmon. So what does that mean for you? It means one simple food is giving you protein, collagen, calcium, and omega-3s all at once. No pill, no powder, no expensive supplement stack. Just a few bites of fish. Let me give you an analogy. Eating sardines with the skin and bones is like buying a toolbox, where every tool you need is already inside. You don't have to shop around for protein here, calcium there, collagen somewhere else. It's all packed into one can. And here's why that matters for seniors. Most older adults are deficient in calcium and omega-3s, both of which are critical for keeping muscles strong and bones unbreakable. Sardines fix both problems in one shot. That's something oatmeal or chicken breast can't even touch. The research backs this up too. Populations that eat more small oily fish, like sardines, have better bone density, lower rates of fractures, and stronger muscle function well into old age. It's not glamorous food, but it's survival food, and that's exactly what seniors need. So, the bottom line? If you've been skipping sardines because of the smell or the can, it's time to rethink it. A couple of servings a week could do more for your muscles and bones than half the supplements sitting in your kitchen cabinet. Let me ask you, are you team sardine, or do you stay far away from them? Type team sardine in the comments if you're ready to make this overlooked superfood part of your anti-sarcopenia diet. 1. Greek yogurt with hemp seeds, the daily muscle protector. Now, let's talk about the one food combo that beats them all: Greek yogurt with hemp seeds. Most seniors think of yogurt as just a light snack, maybe something you eat with fruit or honey. But plain Greek yogurt is a completely different story. 1 cup of it gives you about 10 grams of protein, and here's the important part, it's mostly casein protein. Why does that matter? Casein digests slowly, which means it releases protein into your bloodstream for hours. That's huge if you're over 60, because most muscle breakdown happens at night while you're sleeping. Eating Greek yogurt before bed is like putting your muscles on night watch. Instead of losing strength while you rest, you're feeding your body all night long. But here's where it gets even better. Add 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds into that bowl, and suddenly you've got an extra 10 grams of protein. And this isn't just any plant protein. Hemp seeds are one of the only plant foods with all the essential amino acids, including leucine, the amino acid that flips the muscle-building switch. So, one simple bowl of yogurt with hemp seeds gives you 20 grams of protein, slow digesting protection, collagen-friendly amino acids, and leucine to trigger growth. Do that twice a day, say once in the morning and once at night, and you're already at 40 grams. Add one more solid meal with eggs, salmon, beef or sardines, and you've easily crossed the 60-gram daily target seniors need to fight sarcopenia. Now let's stack it against the others so you see why this is number one. Whole eggs. Incredible muscle food, yes. But one egg has only 6 grams of protein. You'd need 4 whole eggs to get about 24 grams. Great for breakfast, but not always practical every single day. Salmon with skin, 100 grams gives you 20 grams of protein, plus omega-3s and collagen in the skin. Excellent choice, but it can get pricey, and it's not as quick as grabbing a bowl of yogurt. Beef brisket or tendon cuts, about 21 grams of protein per 100 grams, and loaded with collagen amino acids like glycine and proline. Perfect for connective tissue. But it takes time. Slow cooking, stewing, chewing. Not something you can reach for every night. Sardines with bones and skin, 25 grams of protein per 100 grams, plus calcium, collagen, and omega-3s. Honestly, one of the most complete foods on the planet. But here's the problem. Most people can only eat sardines a few times a week. The taste, the smell, it's not daily food for everyone. See the pattern? All of those foods are powerful. They should absolutely be in your rotation. But Greek yogurt with hemp seeds wins because it's the most practical, most consistent, and easiest to use every single day. No cooking, no prep. Just open the container, sprinkle some seeds, and you've got 20 grams of high-quality protein ready to go. And there's a bonus too. Greek yogurt brings calcium and probiotics for stronger bones and a healthier gut. Hemp seeds add omega-3s and magnesium, which help with muscle contraction and prevent cramps. So it's not just muscle you're saving, you're protecting your bones, your joints, and even your digestion. That's why I put it at number one. Because while eggs, salmon, beef, and sardines are amazing in their own ways, Greek yogurt with hemp seeds is the daily anchor, the food you can rely on to hit your protein target consistently, without stress, without cooking, without excuses. So let me ask you, if you had to pick one, would you rather eat Greek yogurt with hemp seeds every day, or stick with eggs as your go-to? Type yogurt or eggs in the comments, and let's see which team you're on. So now you've seen the 5 powerhouse foods that can rebuild your strength after 60, whole eggs, salmon with skin, beef tendon cuts, sardines with bones and skin, and the number one food, Greek yogurt with hemp seeds. These are the foods that build you up. But here's the part most seniors never hear about. While some foods are building your muscle, others are silently draining it away. And the crazy thing is, most of these muscle thieves are foods seniors have been told are healthy. This is where we need to slow down, peel back the layers, and really look at what's going on. Because eating the right food is only half the battle. If you don't stop the foods that sabotage your muscles, it's like trying to fill a bucket with water while there's a hole at the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it keeps leaking out. Let's go through the big 3. 1. Refined carbs and sugars, the hidden muscle thieves. Think about the typical American breakfast. Toast with jam, a glass of orange juice, maybe a muffin or a bowl of sweetened cereal. It feels normal, even healthy, right? But here's the truth. Meals like this are one of the fastest ways to drain your muscle power. Here's why. Refined carbs and sugars are broken down almost instantly by your body. White bread, pastries, fruit juices, they spike your blood sugar like a rocket. And when that happens, your body floods your bloodstream with insulin to try to bring sugar levels back down. But here's the problem. Insulin doesn't just lower blood sugar. It also tells your body to store energy as fat and stop burning fuel efficiently. That means instead of fueling your muscles, your body is redirecting energy into fat storage. Worse, high insulin interferes with your body's ability to use protein effectively. In simple terms, you can eat all the eggs and yogurt you want, but if you wash it down with a glass of juice, your muscles will get very little out of it. And here's the scary part for seniors. With age, many people develop insulin resistance. That means your body doesn't respond well to insulin anymore. The spikes last longer, the crashes hit harder, and the effect on muscle is even worse. This is why so many older adults feel weak, shaky, or exhausted after eating a carb-heavy meal. Their muscles are literally starving for usable fuel. Picture this. You eat a nice protein breakfast, eggs and yogurt, but then you add 2 slices of white toast with jam. What happens? The insulin spike blocks the full effect of that protein. Instead of building muscle, your body goes into fat storage mode. That's why refined carbs and sugars are silent muscle thieves. 2. Inflammatory oils. Rust for your muscles and joints. Now let's talk about something sneakier. Seed oils. These are oils like soybean, corn, canola, sunflower, safflower. They're in almost everything. Salad dressings, chips, crackers, frozen meals, even the bread at the grocery store. So why are these oils such a problem for seniors? Because they're high in omega-6 fatty acids. Your body does need some omega-6, but the modern American diet has way too much compared to omega-3. The balance is off, and when that happens, your body goes into a constant low-grade state of inflammation. Now think of inflammation like rust. It eats away slowly at your joints, your muscles, even your blood vessels. You don't notice it right away, but over time, it weakens everything. And here's the kicker. Inflammation doesn't just make your joints stiff or sore. It actually interferes with muscle protein synthesis. That means even if you're eating 60 grams of protein a day, your body can't use it properly because inflammation is blocking the repair process. This is why so many older adults complain, "I eat healthy, I get my protein, but I still feel weak." If your diet is full of inflammatory oils, you're basically pouring acid on the foundation while trying to build a house. So here's the truth. Building muscle after 60 isn't just about what you add. It's about what you remove. You can eat eggs, salmon, beef, sardines, and yogurt all day long, but if your diet is still loaded with refined carbs, inflammatory oils, alcohol, or if you're chronically stressed, you'll never see the benefits. This is why so many American seniors are stuck. Nearly 45% of adults over 60 are already living with sarcopenia. They've been told to eat healthy, but they've never been told that so-called healthy choices like fruit juice, seed oils, or nightly wine are actually draining their muscle faster than it can grow. You take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Plug the leaks. Cut out the foods that drained your muscle, and the foods we covered earlier, whole eggs, salmon, beef, sardines, and Greek yogurt with hemp seeds, will finally be able to do their job.